Hello everyone. So here are my report which is about the classification of groups and group categories. Here are the objectives of my report. Number 1, what is classification of groups? Number 2, discuss the different ways of social group. And the last one, identify the group categories. In the outline of content, which are the classification of groups, consist of involuntary, voluntary, delegate, genetic, congregate, vertical, horizontal, pseudosocial, unsocial, antisocial, prosocial, primary, secondary, in-group, and out-group. And the group categories, disjunctive and overlapping groups, territorial and non-territorial groups, homogeneous and heterogeneous groups, permanent and transitory groups, contractual and non-contractual groups, open groups, and closed group. So let's move on to the first topic, which is the classification of groups. So classification of groups, different sociologists have classified groups in different ways. Social groups are not only innumerable but also diverse. It is not possible to study all the groups. A systematic study of groups needs a classification. Various thinkers have chosen many criteria of basis for the classification of groups, of classification of social groups, such as size, kind of contact, nature of interest, degree of organization, and degree of permanence, and etc. So may iba't ibang sociologist ang nag-classified ng social group of classification. So isa na doon ang size, kind of contact, nature of interest, degree of organization, and degree of permanence. But may mga classification of social groups dito na mas nabigyan nila ng pansin. At yon ay ang sociologist na si Dwight Sanderson has classified groups into three types on the basis of structure, which are the involuntary group, a voluntary group, and a delegate group. So, involuntary group is that to which man has no choice, which is based on kinship, such as the family, tribe, or clan. So, involuntary says that you cannot leave or join to another group by your own because this group is based on blood relationship. For example, you wanted to ang tawag doon, gusto mong sumali sa ibang group of people, then you don't have a choice. Di ka pwedeng kumawalag sa um, past na grupo mo dahil hindi ka papayagan ng mga dating kagrupo mo na lumabas or umalis sa previous group mo. So ang voluntary group is one which a man joins of his volition or wishes anytime he is free to withdraw his membership from this group. Kung ang involuntary walang kalayaan para pumili ng group, ang voluntary ito yung you are free to choose which group you wanted. Ito yung hindi kanila pipilitin na magstay or hindi kanila pipiliting paalisin sa kanilang grupo as long as you decide for your own. Wala silang pakialam kung ano man yung magiging decision mo. So the third one is delegate group is one to which a man joins as a representative of a number of people, either elected or nominated by them. Parliament or assembly is a delegate group. So ang delegate group is kanang group of people na a group of people Then pumili sila ng isang tao para irepresenta ang kanilang grupo sa ibang grupo. Nasali ka lang sa grupo ng iba dahil ikaw yung magre-represent sa grupo mo. Grupo. So ito naman yung isang sociologist na si P.A. Sorokin, an American sociologist, has divided group into two major types, which are the vertical group and the horizontal group. So vertical group rather includes persons of different strata or statuses. So ang vertical group, this group includes different classes of people. Ito yung nakatira kayo sa iisang society, but iisa lang yung lugar na tinitirahan ninyo, pero iba-iba naman ang status ninyo in life. Pero kahit iba-iba yung status ninyo in life, they are still you are still connected to each other. So horizontal group includes persons of the same status. A nation, for instance, is a vertical group, while a class represents horizontal grouping. Ang horizontal is a small division naman. Dito makakasama mo yung mga taong kaparehas mo ng level. Parang 'di ba sa vertical may makakasama kang iba't ibang status, then sa horizontal mayroon kang makakasamang kaparehas mo ng status in life. So, let's move on to F.H. Giddings. F.H. Giddings classifies groups into genetic and congregate. The genetic group is the family in which a man is born involuntary. So ang genetic, this group represent the genes of your tribe, family, or clan. So yung kahit anong gawin mo, lalabas at lalabas pa rin kung ano ka. Parang it carrying the determines information on your information. So the second one is the congregate. Congregate is the voluntary group to which he joined voluntarily. Ang congregate is a group of people in which they themselves volunteer to join a group. George Hassen has classified groups into 4 types on the basis of their relations to other groups. There are unsocial group, pseudo-social group, antisocial group, pro-social group. Unsocial group is one which largely lives to itself and for itself and does not participate in the larger society of which it is a part. It does not mix up with other groups and remains aloof from them, but it never goes against the interest of the larger group. So ang unsocial group daw is a group of people or society in which they live only on their own. They don't like to participate in society. Pero kahit hindi sila nagpa-participate in other society, hindi pa rin ito magiging malaking kawalan sa ibang pangkat. Pseudo-social group participate in the larger group of which it is part, but mainly for its own gain and not for the greater good. Pseudo-social group, ito yung mga tao na nagpa-participate sa ibang society or sa ibang pangkat or group of people. Pero hindi ito para sa pangkanilang pang kapakanan ng ibang tao, kundi sa sariling interes lamang nila. So ang antisocial group is one which acts against the interest of the larger group of which it is a part. So ang antisocial group is a group of people na may pagka parang they don't like to hindi nila gusto ang pakiki-communicate, kumbaga yung attitude, parang may problema sila sa kanilang attitude. Ang kanilang parang may problema sila sa kanilang behavior. Parang wala silang kinokonsidera para sa kapakanan ng iba. Hindi kapakanan ng iba. Pero hindi sila nakikipag-communicate. Actually, sila yung kumikilos para labanan ang interes ng ibang pangkat. Pero yung problema lang sa kanila is their behavior. So, pro-social group is the reverse of the anti-social group. It works for the larger interest of the society of which it is a part. Ang pro-social group of is a group of people that are voluntarily help to reverse the antisocial or the opposite of antisocial, so that they can both benefits individuals in the whole whole society. So let's move on to the CH Colley. CH Colley classified groups on the basis of kind of contact into primary and secondary. Primary, there is a face-to-face, close, intimate relationship among the members such as in the family. Primary, tumutukoy siya sa direct personal relation ng isang tao kung saan nakikita kayo in person. Din ang secondary is the relationship among the members are indirect, impersonal, and superficial such as the political party, a city, and trade union, and etc. Yung nakikipag-communicate ka sa isang tao pero in impersonal relation. Pero parang um, mga rally, nakikipag-communicate ka pero not in direct communication. Pero yung yes, hindi sila direct na nakikipag-communicate sa'yo, pero their goal is very oriented. Let's move on to W.G. Sanner. W.G. Sanner made a division of groups into in-group, in-out group. The groups with which the individual identifies himself are his in-groups, such as his family, tribe, college, occupation, and etc. All other groups to which he does not belong are his out-group. So, ang in-group involves an individual group that already identified his own identity. Ang out-group naman is a group of people that no specific group or not belong to his own group. Yung parang kahit may parang kahit may kagrupo siya, parang out of place pa rin siya kasi yung parang di kanila parang out of group ka. So let's move on to the last topic, which is the group categories, which are the disjunctive and overlapping groups, territorial and non-territorial groups, homogeneous and heterogeneous group, permanent and transitory group, contractual and non-contractual groups, open groups and closed groups. Ang disjunctive and overlapping groups. Ang disjunctive, a group this group wherein they are not allowed to join their group. Yung hindi kanila pina-i-entered or hindi kanila wala silang ini-entertain na mga tao na sumali sa kanilang grupo. Kung ano yung grupo mo sa dati, yun pa rin ang magiging grupo mo sa ngayon. So, ang overlapping group, there is one member na include or may iba na siyang pangkat or grupo. But in the same time, so ang territorial and non-territorial. Ang territory territorial is they are already identified their own territory. Yung parang may na-identify na nila yung kanilang territory. Then ang non-territorial groups is yung wala pa silang ma-identify na kanilang territory. So ang homogeneous refers to a different background of people, include sexes, ethnicity, and etc. So ang homogeneous naman is tumutukoy ito sa isang group of people which is having a same ability, yung may pagkakapareho kayo ng kakayahan or ability. So ang permanent group ay isang pangkat ng mga tao na um, permanent. Yung they still have a connection to each other even that nagtatagal yung connection ninyo kahit medyo matagal na kayong hindi nakikita. So ang transitory group naman, yun yung mga minsan kapag maraming tao sa isang lugar din. Nangyayari talaga minsan yung maaaring for example, may nakasalubong ka na isang tao, then pag pumunta ka na naman into another place, mo naman siya. Makakasalubong mo siya in same place, in same time. Hindi talaga natin yan maiiwasan dahil nangyayari talaga yan sa atin minsan. So, ang contractual ay non-contractual. So, ang contractual, ito yung you are creating a formalized that you are going to sign an agreement. Parang may kasunduan ba na before you enter to a group, may agreement na mangyayari. So, ang non-contractual group is that you don't need to sign a contract. Pwede kang pumasok sa group pero no need to sign an agreement. So, ang open group and closed group. Open group is that anyone can be part of a group. Yung pwede kang kahit sino pwedeng sumali sa isang grupo. Then, ang closed group, ito yung binubuo lamang ng dating miyembro ng isang grupo. Hindi sila, kung parehas lang to sa sa disjunctive may pagkakaparehas lang sila ng disjunctive. Yung they are not allowed someone to enter to their group. So that would be all for today. Thank you for listening. Hope you understand my report. Thank you.